No? Oh, I need my mind. Okay, question number one is where do I draw my inspirations? At different stage of my career, I draw my inspiration from different places. But ultimately, in the beginning, I drew my inspiration from my dream, from things I wanted to accomplish. So that's my driving force. That is a fuel for the fuel that fuels me is my dream. So that is, and also I remember many years ago, I have this collage. I have a book that I will collect pictures of things I like. I remember, I used to have a home before. Then in my entrepreneurship, then, I couldn't afford it, then I lost my home. So then I moved into an apartment. And so when I had an apartment, you had a home before and then you had an apartment. That's not too sexy, And so what did I do? Then I would then go clip the magazine. It doesn't have to be a big house. It could be just a picture of an island, with a beautiful marble island, And I would clip that, or it could be a beautiful, cozy bathroom, beautiful one, and I clip that. So I have a collage of pictures that inspire me, that fuels me. Because, ultimately, we have to, those are little things that inspirations I draw from. All I wanted was like a little, it doesn't have a big, huge mansion. It's a little cozy place with a little garden. So those are things that inspire me. So I have a collage book that I look at all the time. So that's on one point of my career, that's what inspired me. Now, what inspires me are your stories. Each and every time when I travel, it's very tiring. We landed here, literally change and then go talk to people. Meetings after meeting. Let me tell you my story. I remember when I first built Indonesia, I would take a midnight flight, red-eye flight from LA, got to Taipei at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then their flight to Indonesia not until 2 o'clock. So at the lounge, you roam around for 6 hours, then you fly for 6 hours, got over here, and you know what, back then, Yen Yen doesn't yield. There's no mercy. You just work. So I got here, changed, a little messy in my hair, and then boom, I will go talk to people until late. Like they don't let you rest, So you work and work and work until you drop, and then I go to my room like drop dead, And I would do that a few days, and then I would go home. And when I go home, I don't rest. At that time my son's only 6 years old. So I will go home and we'll work, and you had a team in LA, you should back into the groove. But I could tell you that each and every time I travel until now, 8 years later, when I meet with people like you guys, when I hear your story, that's why I like to ask questions. When I hear your stories, when I hear your questions, when I see when I see your ups and downs, and when you are down, know that I'm right here with you. When you're down, your frustration, when you're down the valley, I was there too. So, when I hear stories, and people like Teal, when I heard about his stories, so inspiring. So that's where I draw my inspirations. Now this time in Taiwan, we had a leadership retreat of 200 people from all over different parts of the world, all came together. And when they share their story of what their desires are, of what they wanted to do, I was moved to tears. So those are my inspirations. And sometimes after traveling for a long time, I told myself, I'm going to chill. I'm not going to travel for a while. But you can't. But the minute you go back home, you remember all these stories, my feet gets itchy again. As I got to get on a plane, So everywhere I go, these are my inspirations. You all are my inspirations. Truly, you are all my inspirations. So when you do this is above and beyond money. I am tremendously blessed financially. But whatever we do right now is above and beyond money. So I think nature, humanity, there's gifts everywhere. And there are inspirations everywhere. Especially coming to a country like this, when you hear people that used to make $150 US a month, now making 10 times that, or 50 times that. You couldn't help but seeing what the opportunity had done for people. And so last but not least, I will tell this story. I think it was January this year when we had an event in Hong Kong. Then Harris and I went a long way. We've known each other for more than 10 years. And I remember my first time to Hong Kong, I met Harris. He would take me to take buses, like public transportation. And I said, Harris, you walk so fast, can you slow down? You know how Harris walked, right? He walked a lot slower in Jakarta. You should see him how he walked in Hong Kong. No, really, really fast. And I was wearing my high heel, right? And, you know, now when I go to Hong Kong, you know, he had drivers picking me up. And, you know, beginning of this year, he had invited me to the brand new home that he bought, where his mom and his family stayed together. You know, just watching his mom, how proud his mom was about his son. That look is priceless. That look is worth every ounce of my efforts, tirelessly, different parts of the world. So that is my inspiration. You watch people's parents, you know, watching so happy, so content about their children's success. That is my inspiration. So I draw my inspiration from everywhere, even from today. I mean, just your presence. That's my gift, and that's my inspiration. So I hope that answers your question.